Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Dewi Rofi'ah and student number 63. Here I will explain about how to be critical speakers. But before I explain it, I will remind you about speaking process. Because as a critical speakers, you should know about speaking process. Here, the speaking process includes three distinct stages. There are, the first one is before speaking, then during speaking, and the last after speaking. Okay, next, before speaking, it means you as speakers decide what you say are going to say and how you will say it and who will be listening. Next, during speaking, the speaker has to consider various factors. Example, being understood, tone of voice, using suitable vocabulary, nonverbal action, and managing listener, and other. The last, after speaking, you as speakers might have to answer questions, clarify ideas, make adjustments, repair misunderstanding, and explain any concept not understood. Then they end by reviewing the process to clarify and confirm our understanding. And now I have steps to be critical speakers. The first one is have a special message to deliver to the audience. There are two keywords here. First one is special and the second is audience. It means almost anyone can speak and deliver a message. It's critical to frame the message in a unique way and present it in a manner that defines you as the speakers. Find your message, find a way to make it special, and you will be well on your way to becoming the great speaker possible. Next, for the second step is you should know the target audience. You have a special message. That's fantastic. But now you must be aware of who is receiving that message. It is important to understand what the audience needs and wants to hear. For example, you speak in the kindergarten about calculus. No matter how special the message may be, will not have the desired effect as if the same message was given to the correct audience. Okay, next, for the third step is you should write about what you speak about. Here it means, as a speakers, if you want to speak well, you should find multiple platforms to broadcast your special message. If you if your area of expertise is in leadership, start a blog about leadership. If you study interpersonal interaction, write a book about communication. So, this not only connect to people in different ways, but it expands the amount of people you are able to reach. Next, for the fourth step is you should keep updated on the latest issues and topics. It means a great speaker not only has a message to deliver, but has the ability to speak on issues and topics relevant to the society at present. So, in the last step is you should, as speaker, seek feedbacks. It means get candid feedbacks from as many people as you can. Post in rehearsal and after the talk itself. Then you can build on what you do well and work on your weak points.
Hi, I'm Muftadiah, so I will explain about critical listening. So, how to improve your critical listening? Before that, I will explain about what is critical listening. So, critical listening helps in examining assumption and other information. In this type of listening, a listener understands systematic thinking and reasoning. So here are 5 ways to improve your critical listening. The first is stay away from distraction. Mobile phone, television, laptop are the biggest hurdle with striking communication. If you wish to undertake critical listening, then stay away from this distraction. Also, your thought, feeling, or judgment can turn into a distraction. So be attentive while listening to every word. Besides, maintain eye contact for effective communication. The second is don't make judgment. So wherever the speaker say, don't make a judgment on half baked knowledge. If something surprises you, if something surprises you, and then keep it to yourself. But there's no need to blur it out with in turn insult the speaker. Remember, the speaker has faced some situation unbearable, look or feeling are going on his or her head, and their evaluation is possible only with listening. The third is know their perspective. Yeah, the word of the speaker might not interest you, but wherever the sign is, wherever the sign, it's important for them as a person. Your listening skill might give them relief or help them solve a problem. You might not agree with what the speaker say. You might have a conflict of interest, but it is important to know their perspective. Try and keep yourself in their situation. So think about their life, challenge, and background to draw a better conclusion. If the speaker is sad, then convey your feeling with appropriate expression. Empathy is important skill for good listening. The fourth is don't bombard with senseless questions. So don't ask an important question. Questions are important to draw an accurate conclusion, but ask in a way that they help you to boost your understanding of the situation. For example, if an employer is narrating about his or her confrontation with the boss, they don't interrupt and start narrating about your family trip. It's best to drive a conversation. And the last is give honest feedback. Feedback exhibits your listening skill. When your mind knows that you have to give feedback, then it becomes easier to focus the speaker. After the speaker one up, give him or her honest feedback. Show them that you understand the feeling. This assures the speaker that you are a good listener. Moreover, take a note while hearing the conversation. It will help in assessing your understanding and acknowledging any incomplete information. So besides as a critical listener, she or he will rely only a factual evidence to burst off the confusion, just making the right decision. Thank you.
Hi everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Regina Ratna and I am the last speaker. So the topic that I will share today is actually still related to what Mbak Mufta has explained before. She has explained about how to improve your critical listening, and my topic is what is the benefit of being a critical listener. So, the benefit of being a critical listener is we will be able to notice or to know whether the information or statements is valid or not. As we all know that being a critical listener means that we need to process all the informations, statements by the speaker with many considerations. We cannot just blindly accept what someone is talking about. We need to question every statement, every information that feels odd and unsupported by strong sources. For example, when you listen to a public speech about weight loss, and then the speaker will start to say or give information that the reason why someone is having difficult time to lose weight because they are lazy, they lack of motivation, and they lack of self-discipline. Then, you as a critical listener might be asked to yourself, what about genetics? What about the other reasons? By listening critically, you will be more likely to notice an odd statement, which may encourage you to question the speaker if you have questions, or to do further research to test the validity of the speaker's statement. By being a critical listener, we can more easily avoid getting the hoax news. We cannot just sit back and listen to the speakers passively, but we need to listen carefully and actively and critically. However, if you only just sit passively and not question every statement and let the speaker's assumption go unchallenged, you might find yourself persuaded by the information that is maybe not factual or even a hoax. It's very dangerous, so we need to really consider being a critical listener.
I'm Indah Rizkiyani. I wanted to ask a question. What's your opinion about the importance of being a critical listener? Thank you.
Okay, next question. Oh yeah, what is important of being the critical listener? Yeah, I think it's very important. Whenever we cannot escape from critical listening, we should be a critical listener. Because from it we can evaluate and filter by the message that delivered by the speaker, and we can detect is there any persuasive language and emotional appeals from it. Thank you.
Yeah, Mbak, I could not agree with you anymore. Thank you.
I want to ask the last material whether early childhood teacher are critical speaker.
Okay, thank you Mbak Vero for the question. So you asked about is a kindergarten teacher is a critical speaker? I think yes, because kindergarten teacher teach young learner that have high curiosity, and sometimes they will ask out of the box questions. So a kindergarten teacher must be able to develop ideas outside the material. That's why they are a critical speaker. Thank you.
I want to ask about Dewi Rofi'ah material. In seminar, there are often questions outside the material. How can a speaker who has critical thinking answer this answer? Okay, I wanna try answer from Mbak Vero's questions. The question is, in seminars, there are often questions outside the materials. How can speakers who has critical thinking answer this question? Okay, my answer is, as critical speakers, you must have encourage and also to able to take risks with the idea presented. Thank you for the explanation, Dewi Rofi'ah and Regina Ratna.
I'm Indah Rizkiyani. I wanted to ask a question. When we talk with the other, as a critical listener, we are not allowed to interrupt the speaker. So, do you have any idea what should we do to give a sign that we understand or we don't understand about what the speaker said? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Indah, for the question. So you asked about what should we do to give a sign that we are understand or not about what the speaker said without interrupting them. So, in my opinion, when we don't understand, we just need to make several questions and then ask to the speaker. But as you say, we cannot interrupt. Yes, that's right, we cannot interrupt the speech. So we need to wait until the moderator or the speaker give a chance or give a time for the audience to ask their questions. And they will explain more so you can understand. And then for the second is about when we understand how to show it. So it's simple. You just need to nod or smiling like that. And when you want to state that you are understand, you can like summarize their speech, their explanation by your own language to show that you understand. Okay, I think that's all that I can say. I hope it helps.
I was just going to say that, Ma. Thank you for your great explanation.